Hi, this is Wayne Rivers at FBI, where we build better contractors. This week I want to talk about how to create more time. So when I'm talking to contractor groups, what's your biggest constraint these days? And it's time. It's for every contractor. It's a universal answer. I bet 99% of you watching this video wish you had more time. Maybe not necessarily at work, but more time to spend with the family, more time to go to the gym, more time to just me time, whatever it happens to be. So if you want more time, it ain't going to materialize, my friends. You're going to have to create it. And this idea came from an article I read in the Chief Executive Newsletter, which is a great newsletter, by the way. And it's from author Marshall Goldsmith, who wrote What Got You Here Won't Get You There, which is also a great business book from 15 years ago or something like that. So what about this is important to you? We could all use more time. So here's the first tip. Only 3 tips here. Pretend for a minute. Let's just have this game that we're playing. If you were given an additional 2 hours a week, just 2 hours a week, to do whatever is in the best long-term interest of your company, how would you invest that time? So this is a great thought exercise. How would you, if you had 2 extra hours and you really wanted it to benefit the company over the long term, how would you invest that 2 hours? And most people are going to come back and they're going to say, well, I'd be thinking about the people I need to help me advance the mission. I'd want to be creating the org chart of the future. Where do I have gaps? Where do I need more people? Where do I need more systems, et cetera, et cetera? And then how do I work myself out of a job, especially if you're the senior leader? How do you work yourself out of a job? How do you get to a point at age 65 or whatever works for you where you can retire confident that your successor leaders are going to run the company capably in your absence? All right, you've got 2 hours. Now, here's the key part in my mind. If you were forced to eliminate 2 hours of your existing workload, what would you get rid of? What would you stop doing? And if you think about it, it makes sense. Okay, I'm working, let's just say 60 hours a week. I'm frustrated. I don't have the time that I want to spend on high payoff activities, creating the organization of the future, developing my future leaders, etc. Well, you're not going to get more minutes and hours in the day, are you? The only way to create that 2 hours is to stop doing something. So be ruthless and look at your calendar and figure out, what are you doing? How are you investing your time in areas that are low payoff? What do you hate doing? In your business, what do you hate doing? Stop it. Delegate that. Push it off to somebody else. We have a time log. If you really, really, really want to get serious about how you're spending your time during the work week, send me an email, wrivers@familybusinessinstitute.com. We'll send you a time log and you'll be shocked. It is a fascinating, also a troubling exercise. I'm not going to lie to you. When you figure out how much of your time is low payoff or wasted time, it is just, I've done this. It is mind-blowing. Okay? The third thing, sit down with your team and have them help you figure out what to stop doing and how you could add more value in the company with the new 2 hours you have in a week. You'll find that they're very creative. Crowdsourcing works better than just being the biggest brain in the room. They want to support you. They want you as a senior leader to be working at your highest and best use, your HABU, H-A-B-U, highest and best use. And I'll tell you a story about that. Years ago, I would leave at lunchtime and I would go play tennis. And it ended up instead of a lunch hour, it became a lunch 2 hours. And I came back and I spoke to my assistant. I said, Karen, who's also a tennis player, so she didn't mind. But anyway, I kind of feel guilty. I'm taking probably 4 hours a week, maybe more, to go off and play tennis in the middle of the workday. And she said, no, Wayne, we want you to play tennis. When you don't play tennis, you're tense. And you fly off the handle. That's a great way. We know you need to relieve stress. We want you to play tennis. And I felt really good about that because she was kind of taking care of me. And by taking care of me, she was taking care of the entire team, because otherwise I might not have been the most fun guy to work with, So 3 things: 2 hours a week. Find that 2 hours. What are you going to stop doing? And then sit down with your team and have this discussion and crowdsource ideas about how you can be working towards your highest and best use for the long term of your business. So what works for you? Tell us in the comments what works for you in terms of getting to that highest and best use. And this is Wayne Rivers at FBI, where we build better contractors.